Hi, look at this belly. Look at this belly. Fat, dumb, and happy. What can I tell you? 707. Real quick. Real quick. Real quick. Real quick. I had made mention of before that I was trying to find another word for transitioning because it's accurate. We're transitioning from one state to the other. Transition, change, right? But there's so much more than that switch, which is kind of why I'm a bit of an advocate for post-op. But post-op is not, post-op is in the United States. If you're post-op, you're at least 2 years, right? Because you got to have a year real life test, hormones, everything. I mean, you're at least a year. So that's why I say post-op. But it doesn't have to be post-op. But 2 to 3 years into it, stuff happens. It continues, and while surgery can help, and hormones can help, good friends can help, allies can help, it still continues. The dysphoria kind of still continues, and a friend of mine just made a post on her page about it, and it kind of got my mind thinking. And I still haven't come up with a good word for it, but what I came to was that when you talk about mental health issues in America, we don't give mental health issues the same degree of priority or the same amount of attention as we do medical issues. Which to a degree you can kind of understand. If you've been shot, or you have a bullet, or you have a cardiac arrest, you have a heart attack, you're going to die from something in your body anatomically, mechanically. That is going to take precedent, emergency, over someone who's, oh gosh, I'm so depressed today. I don't know what I'm going to do. Severity. The only time mental health really gets the attention is if it's suicide. Unfortunately. But you can understand that. Like I said again, oh, I'm having a heart attack. I'm blood vessels are clogged. That's going to take, emergency, sense of urgency. But kind of what it got me thinking about mental health, and the idea was, people who have mental health issues, whether they're suffering from depression or anxiety, they're invisible injuries. And, we may look like we're functioning adults, but we're in these invisible wheelchairs. We're invisibly handicapped, for lack of a better word. We're not fully functioning adults. And what got me thinking about this was, again, trying to come up with a better word, but I was trying to think of a good analogy. And the thing that I can think of is, if you've ever had a wooden pencil, now this is a pen, obviously, but if you ever had, and I don't have any, I don't have a pencil, sorry, no pencils. I got plenty of pens though. But if you had a wooden number 2 pencil, okay, and you broke it, you break it in half, you have 2 halves, right? And it's wood. So that means you're going to put a lot of stress on it. You're going to have a lot of fibers because it's a plant. It's wood, right? Xylem and phloem. And so then you try and fix it. So you can take the 2 halves of the pencil and put them back together. You can kind of mush them in, line up as best you can. Put some tape around it, or if you're really cool, you have some carpenter's glue. Put it in there, let it dry. But that pencil, if you were to try to use it, highly unlikely, I mean, you could baby it maybe, just use the tip, but it's made for your hand, okay? And you're going to put pressure on it, it's going to snap. And the idea is that that pencil, really, no matter how good you are at pushing it back together again, taping it up, putting glue, it's never going to be as good as it was originally before you broke it. And my thinking is, as human beings, and this is going to sound overly dramatic, and I apologize, but I think we are the equivalent of that broken pencil. And part of transitioning, and you could say this about a lot of different things, but this is, we're trying to put that pencil back together again and do the best that we can with what we have. Okay, we're going to try and do the best we can to get our lives back together again. We're going to, do the best we can, and best we can with what we have. And in all intents and purposes, depending on how good you are at putting it back together again, you probably can get it to look pretty good, but it's still going to be off. And I think that, to a certain degree, is very similar to what it is to be a trans person, because you put all this effort and energy into your outward appearance. We see therapists and we have our minds expand. Yes, we can be more authentic selves. I mean, my friend Jamie put on her page, she's more sociable, she can have relationships, blah, 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 blah. All these things are true. We are our authentic self interacting with the world, okay? And so, yes, that's good, okay? But much like that pencil, we will never be as strong, as that pencil was originally. And, you could say, well, again, if I was 20 years younger and I had access to a large bank account, let's say I was skinnier or whatnot, and I could look the best that I, if I could address all of my issues physically and all of my issues mentally, I would still have within me those invisible fractures and breaks. And you can go through a large amount of psychotherapy, counseling, and address these things. But there are things that cannot be repaired because they were broken. And let me give you an example. Depending on how old you are when you come out and you're able to transition and whatnot, I will never be a Girl Scout, okay? Because I'm not a girl, I'm a woman. But I will never have that experience, that period of time. I missed it. I will never have the experience of menarche. I will never have the experience of having a period, which you're probably going, oh shit, you don't want to have that, Robin, you don't want to have that experience. Yes, I do. Okay. We can come close to it, but we will never be there 100%. In America, we have the Impossible Whopper at Burger King. It's made with, I don't know what it's made with. It's Soylent Green, okay? It's vegetable matter. And it is probably very close to, it's very similar tasting. It's just like a 100 all beef patty. But it will never be an all beef patty, okay? So yes, as a trans woman, I can go through therapy, I can go through counseling, I can have GCS, I can have facial feminization, trach shave, all these wonderful things. that can be done to me by a lot, chemically through hormones and mechanically, plastic surgery and whatnot. But I was born into this world with a penis. And for a period of my time, of my life, I was raised as a boy. And I went through that pain and anguish and years of feeling shame, fear, guilt. I am broken. Okay, like that pencil. And so, yes, you can say, okay, now you've had counseling, you've had therapy, mental exercises, but we can never go back to that other state because we were never in it to begin with. Okay? If I take this glass and I throw it on the floor, it breaks into hundreds of pieces. Okay? It can never be put back together again. You can get glue and you can, but it will never be as strong as it was. Whoops. Okay. And that, I think, somewhat is somewhat of our condition, for lack of a better word. And it's not a boo-hoo, poor me type thing. It's just that's the way it is. Okay. We are a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. Or if you like it the other way, we're a round peg trying to be fit into a square hole. Okay? Of the same diameter. I know, if you're a circle, you can go into a square if it's big enough. And if you're a square, you can go into a circle if the circle's big enough. Okay? But same size. Okay? You can jam that thing in there and you're going to get close, but it's not going to be a perfect match. You can come close. And I think that is, kind of when I talk about transition, or again, that third, fourth, fifth year. And I call it as good as it gets. Is this as good as it gets? Yeah. But again, I think just to recognize that, all of us, and we're not, we're different. Your mileage may vary, your situation may be different than my situation. But, we are doing the best that we can with what we have, and I think that like I said, that kind of nails it on the head for me. When I thought about it, I was like, yeah, it's like the pencil, you break it apart, and our minds, like I said, I don't know what to call it, our psyche, we are different. And I guess if we were to be totally transparent with it, you always say, trans women are women. Unfortunately, no. We are going to get as close as we possibly can. We're splitting hairs. I'm sorry. We're splitting hairs, okay? You can, have a female gender and a male body. I'm not trying to dispute that, but again, it's just that idea of we are doing the best we can with what we have. And maybe that dovetails a little bit into the last video that I made, someone who was upset because their body wasn't lining up to what it was. And again, I people on my channel, I think of 3 off the top of my head that are like, hell yeah, welcome to womanhood, welcome to womanhood. My body's not what I want it to be, hey, congratulations, you made it, you're a woman, So anyway, that's it. Don't know if I made a point or not, but it just struck out to me that that's the situation. At least that's my situation. Your situation may be totally different. Maybe you're maybe you're 20, 21 years old and hormones is going wonderful for you and you're totally happy with your body and you don't have problems. I don't know. But if it is, congratulations. But I tend to think again, you know, there's you know, bigger than transgender stuff. Sorry, got another cat. Again, life is that way, isn't it? I mean, take the trans out of it. People, we have things that we want. Um, there's a song. It's by They Might Be Giants. No one in the world ever gets what they want, and that is beautiful. Everybody dies frustrated and sad, and that is beautiful. I mean, it's one way to look at it, but again, it's I don't know. Going off topic here. Don Quixote, right? We reach for the unreachable star. That is my quest, no matter how distant, no matter how far. But you know what? I think life is worth living. Life is worth living. Do the best you can with what you got. Tomorrow you might die. Tomorrow you could get hit by a bus, could have a heart attack. You see people, you see the news, you see, a jogger, a young man in his 20s was jogging, had a heart attack and died. That could be you or me tomorrow. Okay? We never know when our time is up. So enjoy what we have, right? All right, my friends, whether you're a broken pencil or not, I do wish you the best of luck. And thank you for your kind thoughts, if you have any. I definitely will. I will use my telepathy and my ESP. Wait a minute, what are you doing? No. Anyway, good luck to you, okay? And again, we do the best we can. I should have that as a tattoo or something. But yeah, we do the best we can with. I mean, that's just life. But do the best you can with what you got. Does the song go? You can't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you get what you need. All right. Till next time. Good luck. Bye.